Hey there! Today I'm having some fun with the Elle Studio March 2019 kit and add-ons. I have the Design J page protectors from Project Life here laid out in front of me, and I've already printed all of my photos of my daughter at an Easter egg hunt at her preschool. Now, the next step for me is pulling out pocket page cards from the LA Studio kits that I want to add to my pockets. And you can see here that I have the left side already laid out with three different tags. One was a 4x6, and I just cut that one down to 4x4. This page is going to be front and back, but when I design it, I like to lay it out side by side just so that I know the design will correlate from the front to the back. So I'm grabbing the springtime 6x6 paper stack here to see if I can find a pattern to fill the second 4x4 inch pocket that I have blank. And I really like this little floral. I think that's a great pattern to use there. And I know that I can add some embellishment on top and the pattern isn't too busy and it won't take away from whatever I put on top. So I'm just going through my kit here to see if there's a better tag that I could use at that top corner. I have the who, what, where, when, why tag, but I know that I'll probably add all those details in on my journaling. So I'm not going to use that one. I just changed it out for the plaid, but I'm not really feeling the plaid either. There's so many great tags in the kit this month. They're all just so gorgeous. It's hard to choose between all of them. And I think I like the love this tag. And I can add some more journaling to that tag as well. So I have all of those selected, so all the pockets are filled in. The next step is for me to start adding some embellishment. And the first thing I'm going to do is take this cute little bunny tag, and I've made a photocopy of it. Now, you cannot photocopy for copyright, but I'm just photocopying it so that I can make a stencil here. And I'm just taking my X-Acto blade and running it along the edge of that bunny shape. I use X-Actos a lot. I find them a lot easier than scissors for this type of thing. And remember, if you're doing this, it doesn't have to be absolutely exact. You just want to be sure that you get as close to the edge of that bunny shape of the white bunny as possible. So there we go. And then I'm going to get some washi tape to adhere this down to my mat here because I'm going to do some fun things with the stamps this month. Okay, I'm just securing that down with washi tape, and you can see there that I put it on a little mat as well, just so that I can get a really nice clean stamped image. Now I have these little words here on the brand new details stamp, and these little words are what I'm going to use to fill in the white part of this bunny tag. Now I'm just going to choose a few different words and put them each on separate acrylic blocks. These acrylic blocks are all located in the LA Studio shop, and I highly recommend them. They're nice and thin. They're great for tracing if you need to trace things. I just really love them. I also love that they have lines on them so I can make sure that I get my clear stamps nice and straight, because sometimes when you have a long clear stamp, it can bend and move and you don't know that it's going to stamp a straight line. So I'm just getting those on my acrylic blocks here, and then I'm going to select some inks that match the kit colors this month. So let me show you a close-up of what I'm doing. So I am using the same ink for each stamp. So I have my inks all lined up along the left side here, and I have my stamps lined up along the right side here, and I am just going through and inking and stamping. And once I realized that I'm not changing my ink colors, I decided not to clean my stamps. It's just a habit for me to clean my stamps after every use. So I just stamp and put it back down. And I'm filling in this white space here of the white bunny on the back of that tag. So happiness is always with pink, so fun is always with green. Perfect day, yellow, good times in purple. And this is just going to create a really fun pattern on this bunny. I'm just going to speed up this video of me stamping here just so you can see me doing the entire bunny. Okay, so my bunny tag is up there in the top left corner. Next, I'm going to work on my title tag, and I'm choosing to use the striped tag there to put my title on. Now I'm pulling out the large Jane outline alphabet stamps. These large Jane stamps are the greatest stamps ever. And the great thing about them is that we have the stripes, the solid, and the polka dot fillers now for these large Jane outlines. So I'm stamping the word egg in purple. And then I'm going to grab the polka dot stamps to fill in those alphas. I just love using these stamps. They're the perfect size for everything. I find for pocket pages, for layouts, they're just the right size for any project you're creating, even a traveler's notebook. The polka dots are really sweet too. They add a subtle amount of color, not too much. So you guys cannot even know how excited I was when Ellie told me that she was coming out with dies for the large Jane. I mean, I use these stamps all of the time, so this is a big time saver for me. Before I was just fussy cutting with my scissors, but these are definitely worth the investment if you want to use these alpha stamps a lot. So as you can see there, I don't have a magnetic mat of any sort, so I'm just using washi tape to hold my dies down. I have a really old Cuttlebug, but it works just fine for me. And if it works, don't fix it, right? So I'm just adding my dies to the top here. You want to make sure that when you stamp these alphas, you want to leave a bit of space, at least a quarter of an inch or so around the alpha to make sure that your die doesn't cover up the next alpha along on your page, because there's a bit of space on the outside of that die. Okay, so now I have the word egg here, and I'm going to pair it with some other products from the March release. I'm giving you guys a closer look at this pocket so you can see me work this month. These are the brand new spring puffy stickers, and they're just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm adding the script word spring there, and I love the juxtaposition of that black script word against that font of the large Jane. I think it looks really great, and I love the black against all that color. I'm also grabbing the new teal puffy stickers. We have both teal and white coming out this month, so be sure to check those out in the shop. These are a great size, especially when they fit inside your label. unfortunately, the word hunt does not fit in this pink label, so I'm going to have to switch out labels here. These little die cut labels are from the brand new March kit. I also want to pull out one of these cute wood veneer eggs because I want to put an egg on top of the label that I'm adding the word hunt to, like it's sitting on top of the label. And I think this teal label is going to work out just a bit better. It's definitely longer and I can fit my whole word on there with a little bit spare. Since I have so much color on this pocket page spread, I want to add some color to my egg as well. Now I've grabbed my Sharpie oil-based markers, which I love to create with. They're especially great for coloring in your acrylic pieces or your white puffy stickers. But the colors are turning out to be just a bit too bright and bold, and I have mostly pastels on this layout. I'm just checking it here on the back of the wood veneer piece. So what I'm going to do is use the colors that I think work for this egg, like this yellow, and just color in the stripes on this egg. Just seeing here if I can add white over top of the pink to make that a bit more pastel, but it's still too bright for me, so I think I'm going to have to pull out some paint. So I have regular acrylic paint here that I'm just adding a pink stripe to my egg. And when I'm feeling like I don't want to make a mess, I just use a tiny brush and I dip it directly into the paint bottle. And as you can see there, I have to get it up close to my face to make sure that I'm getting the lines right here. But this dries super quick too, so you don't have to worry about the long drying time. Just add a tiny bit of paint, you don't need much. And last, I'm going to add a little bit of teal at the bottom of the egg. Now I want to keep some of the natural wood veneer, so I've chosen to keep the stripe with the hearts there, because I know that if I color that part in, you'll lose some of those hearts, and they look really gorgeous, so I want to be able to keep that the way it is. Okay, so now I am finishing up my title tag, taking the spring word out, and I'm adding small bits of dimensional adhesive to the back of my large Jane alphas there. Adding my tag there, just cutting off the edge, and I'm going to keep that little bit of extra piece of label so that I can add that to another tag. These little tiny dimensional dots are from Stampin' Up, and I love the small little pieces of dimensional adhesive that work so well on these alphas. It's a big time saver. I don't have to cut out strips to add to the alphas. I just put 2 or 3 pieces on the back. I'm just going to pop that E over slightly. And do my last G here. And then my egg will go on top of my label. So I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back of that. Just permanent adhesive works just fine with wood veneer. And I'm going to pop that on there. So my bunny tag here needs a bit of embellishment as well. I love that I added those words to the center of the bunny. I just have this favorite moment noteworthy epoxy sticker. I'm going to pop that in there. And then that hip hip hooray die cut is just the cutest. It's from the March kit. And then a yellow label, which I'm going to add my date to right this second, because there's a sense of accomplishment when I finish a pocket card and I can slip it in the pocket. That's how I know I'm done with a card. I just stick it right in the pocket. So I'm just moving this. There's my head because having a hard time seeing today. Didn't do a great job with the stamping there, but that's kind of what you get with date stamps. They're just a little bit finicky. If you put too much pressure on one side, that's what you get. I added just a little bit of adhesive to my epoxy sticker because I must have had that off of the sheet before and it had lost some of its stickiness. So I'm just covering up the belly of this little bunny here with my little embellishment grouping, and I'm adding a little tiny dimensional adhesive piece under the Hip Hip Hooray tag just to get that to stick up a bit for some dimension. So that card is done. Next, I'm going to add a little embellishment to the negative space of my photo here. So I'm just going through some of the die cuts in the kit to see what works. I've already stamped that big smiles circle, also from the brand new stamp this month. That one's called the Details stamp. There's quite a few of those circles. They're really sweet. And I'm going to punch out a piece of paper from the springtime paper stack here to add to the top. Just getting a little bit more color, that color saturation, and a little bit more pattern on this photo. Not much really needed here, just two little circles and a puffy heart, which you can never go wrong with. So both of those pockets are complete and I'm slipping them in. So as I was putting my title card back in the pocket, I realized that it was really bothering me that the word spring, being quite black, was on top of the word egg, and it felt quite heavy to me. So I've just decided to switch my words around and move egg to the top. And luckily my dimensional adhesive allowed me to just pull it up very gently and place it there, and then add the word spring just below it. There we go. So I still consider the pocket page to be called Spring Egg Hunt, but you can take it however you want it. But I feel like that is much more balanced with the weight throughout the pocket. I also printed my journaling and put it on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tag, and I just added a bit of baby powder to the back of that since there was some adhesive there. Now on this photo down here, I'm going to add the speech bubble wood veneers, and I think that This Was Fun is a really good one, and I'm gonna check and see what else I want to add here. These little stickers are so precious. That one says outdoors, and I like that it's the same color green as the grass in the photo. And I'm going to put a green puppy heart on there as well. I'm going to do a little embellishment cluster here, adding the wood veneer with some liquid glue just to make sure that sticks on well. Sometimes I find when I use my tape runner on here, you can see little bits of the tape behind the words, which kind of bothers me. Okay, here's the back page, and I've printed out the March printables this month. And I also want to add a green strip here, and I want to add this so that it kind of connects my photo to the right and this pattern paper on the left. So I'm going to have it span across two different pockets. Just going to cut a little notch there, and on the end on the right side I'm going to put a puffy heart or a die cut heart. This purple one is perfect. That's from the March kit. The printables this month are called the So Awesome Printables. And I have the bunny here from the printables. I'm just going to fussy cut this out really quickly. Okay, so I have my bunny shape there, my little gray bunny. And I'm also going to put one of these little tiny acrylic bunnies next to it. I was thinking the green or the teal, but they just don't show up very well against the white background. So I think I'm going to have to go with a darker color. Now that little speech bubble looks so cute there, and I love that pop of yellow. So I'm going to add that. That is from the March 2019 kit. And I'm just going to assemble all of this together. So when I span two different pockets, what I do is I lay my tags right next to each other. I put whatever I'm adhering down, and then I will cut it with the two tags together. So you'll see me do this here, just adding this die cut with some dimensional adhesive. Don't be afraid to use foam adhesive in your pockets. As long as it's not too thick, it's not going to be a problem. So there's my little bunny die cut. And I'm going to add some dimensional adhesive to these pieces as well. The bunny and the speech bubble. And then I'm going to swap out this little acrylic bunny for the dark purple. Or the red. The red kind of goes along with my daughter's shirt. Just seeing if there's anything else I should fit on here, but I feel like if I add that white, it takes away from the green strip. So I really like this Love This Story little die cut from the kit. So I'm going to pop that right on the bunny's tummy. So in the photo in the bottom right corner, my daughter is looking to the left and making such a cute little face. So I want to put a little embellishment there. I use the Spring Is Here puppy sticker. And I also have this die cut arrow from the March 2019 kit with the Blessed sticker. Those little stickers are the tiny everyday label stickers. They already have words printed on them, but we also have the tiny blank label stickers available in the shop this month so that you can add whatever you want to them, maybe the date or your own stamped word, whatever you'd like. These are the March labels this month, and they have lots of nice little sayings on them. This one says Spring Fun, and I'm going to add the stamp that says Good Times to it. Just stamp that really quickly in black. And then I'm just going to add a puppy star to that one. There's so many great puppy stickers this month, you guys. These are called the Spring Puppy Stickers, and they have the cutest things on them. If you haven't seen everything that's available yet this month, I have a unboxing video also live today, so be sure to check that out in my video feed. And I don't think I'm going to add anything else to this corner. I really like this puppy sticker, but I feel like that takes away too much. I like that bright pop of green there. So I think, ooh, this little Let's Go die cut, that's a good one because that's when they started their hunt. That was when the teachers like finally let them loose. So I'm going to pop that in there, and a little puffy heart. I knew that needed something else. I'm just seeing if I can fit another one of these cute acrylic bunnies anywhere, but I don't think I have a spot that's really great to put one. So this is always my last kind of step of the creative process when I put both pages of my spread next to each other to see if everything's balanced. And what I noticed is that gray bunny down here against my colorful pattern paper just does not seem to stand out. So I grabbed the March 2018 die cut file. It's a digital die cut file, and I'll link to that in my video notes. And I cut that same bunny shape just out of the springtime paper stack in teal to make him stand out a bit more. And he certainly does. And then I'm going to switch out the red bunny for the purple bunny, because I don't like the red against that teal. So I'm just going to pop that guy right there, and then that feels much, much better to me. I really loved creating this layout, starting with this awesome little bunny tag, which I made the stencil for. The large Jane alphabet stamps were perfect to create this title tag, and I loved painting that little wood veneer egg. Little bits of embellishment really helped to tell the story of this awesome day. And every once in a while you gotta have fun and just make a card just for embellishment, and that's what I did here. So this layout was so fun to put together, and the products in the March 2019 release from Elle Studio were just perfect to record this awesome spring egg hunt. Hope you guys enjoyed my video. Be sure to subscribe to see more from me, and happy creating using your Elle Studio March 2019 products.